Hey guys, welcome back. We're learning all about the Woodland Indians. You don't need your book out today. We're just going to talk about how the Woodland Indians traveled. And so, Native Americans used canoes to travel on rivers. Have you guys all seen a canoe before? Well, I'm going to show you what a canoe is. It's right down here. Okay, and a while back when we learned about Laura Ingalls Wilder, we made a chart about how Laura traveled long ago and how we travel today, and you guys said we traveled by boat or a big ship. Well, when the Native Americans were living, the Woodland Indians were living, they used canoes, and we still use some canoes today, but this was their primary source of going down the river and getting fish. The canoes were made from tree bark. And remember, we said they lived by trees and rivers so that they could use all of these, I'm sorry, this is a river, and these are trees, that they could use all of these things so they could have things that they needed to make to survive, like their clothing, or in this case, the canoes. Native Americans walked on land. Sometimes they wore moccasins on their feet. They used snowshoes to help them walk on snow. And we've seen moccasins today because sometimes they make them for babies. But originally Native Americans gave them or made them, and that is a tradition that they passed on to us. They passed on moccasins for walking around in, and then snowshoes. These snowshoes would help them walk on top of the snow. And this is a tradition they passed down because some people still use snowshoes today, even though oftentimes we use snow boots. But I want you to notice how they traveled, and they made all of these things from the earth, the trees and the rivers and the animals that they lived by. This word says moccasins, canoe, snowshoes. You are going to need to you are going to cut and glue snowshoes, moccasins, and canoes where they go right here by the matching word. Moccasins, canoe, snowshoes. And then I want you to look at the pictures and see which one you need to match. Moccasins. It said moccasins were used on their feet to walk on land. So what picture over here would you draw a line to show they were using moccasins? And then canoe, which picture shows how they traveled with canoe? And then snowshoes. Now remember, snowshoes were used in the winter. So you need to pay attention to that picture. Good luck and get done.